Good morning, YouTube. My name is Lex and welcome to my garden here at Sandals and Steel-Toes. So today I'm going to be showing you how I'm getting prepared for my plant sale that I'm having this weekend. It's nothing big or fancy, it's just a plant sale that I'm doing at my home on my lawn. Actually the entire community is having a yard sale day, and so I'm taking this opportunity while we have some more traffic flowing through the neighborhood to set up a little stand to sell my extra tomato and pepper seedlings. I started way too many this year. I got really excited in January when I started sowing pepper seeds and wanted to just get going with the garden because I missed it so much. And then I had all these peppers and they're pretty big and beautiful, and I've never had really such successful peppers that I've grown from seeds, so I'm really excited about those. And then I have so many tomato varieties. I have probably around 40 tomato varieties that I started. A lot of them I've never even tried before. You know, I put in like 6 to 8 seeds in each little pod of each type, and I thought, okay, well maybe they won't all germinate, and I'll just get enough for what I need. And then most of them all germinated, and I'm that type of person to not like to snip seedlings and just throw them out. I separated them all, I up-potted them, and my grow shelf became completely overfilled. I had to use some extra shelves that we had for backup, and today I need to take my final inventory, separate out what I'm gonna keep for myself, and get everything else kind of set up and ready to go, so I am not rushing at the last minute to do that on on the actual plant sale day. So I'm gonna take you and show you my little setup that I have going on right now for my seedlings, and we're gonna move them and get them out and get ready for a great sale. Lukey,
What?
you've got hold on. You've got dandelions in your hair. Look. They're all over your hair. Getting in some bike riding before school?
Yeah.
Alright.
I wish I was able to ride a bike at school, but
Alright, so back here is my back porch area, and it is 3 out of 4 walls are fully enclosed. And so my idea was, it was about a week or 2 weeks ago, we were having some beautiful, warm, 70-degree days. The nights were staying in the 50s. All signs pointed towards spring and warm weather. It was past our estimated last frost date. And so I felt okay to bring all of my plants out here, and that's what is underneath these white covers. I felt okay to bring them all out and set them all up. They're on the grow, they have the grow lights in there still, and I've got plastic covering the shelves, and my plan was every day I would pull them out into the sun, into my little patio area here, let them start to get hardened off, and then push them back in at night, cover them up with the plastic and my frost cover to make sure that they were okay. And then Ohio had different plans as usual. I was not able to get them hardened off like I wanted to. The cold weather came back. We had just like straight rain for a whole week. Temperatures were in the 40s. I didn't feel comfortable pulling them out. I maybe got them out for 2 or 3 days total within the 2 weeks. The temperatures were okay enough to do that. So unfortunately my tomato plants didn't grow as much as I hoped they would in these 2 weeks, because my plan was they would be outside in the sunlight, in the heat, and they would really take off and grow. They're okay, they're a good size, they're not bad, but I had hoped by the time my plant sale came along that they would be bigger. But that's okay. They stayed warm. All the peppers are still warm, the tomatoes are still warm, nothing got frost damaged or cold. So they were safe under there. It's just me wanting to have that extra step done for potential customers and having them harden off ahead of time, because not everyone knows to do that. So I'll just make a point to explain that to anyone who buys anything, that they do need to harden them off, and if they don't know what that is, I'll explain it. But since the rest of this week is actually pretty nice, the highs are going to be in like the upper 50s to 60s, and the nights are going to be not too bad, hovering around like 45. So I'm actually going to move all my shelves out to my open porch area over there and get them outside in some more sunlight. I'm going to keep them covered with the frost fabric just because they are so sensitive right now and not used to the harsh sun. So I'm going to use my frost cover as a means to help with my whole hardening off process, because that's going to help block some of the super harsh sun rays on these very tender seedlings. So I'm going to set the camera up and just put a time lapse on as I'm kind of taking these all down, and then once I have everything moved outside, we're gonna do some inventory, and I'm gonna go through all of the varieties that I'm gonna be selling and growing this year. Let's get going on this. It's like opening up a Christmas present after a few days of being all bundled up from this cold weather. My pride and joy, sweet little babies. So all in all, the tomatoes look pretty good still. Like I said, they're not as big as I had hoped they would be just because it's been so cool. But they have been safe and kept warm underneath all that plastic. I've kept my grow lights on to help add some extra heat, and it worked well. So after I get everything moved, my plan is to hit them with a little bit of kelp fertilizer and just give them a boost before they go to their forever homes. The fun part begins of hauling the trays from in here out there and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. All right, everything's moved out. I know that probably didn't seem like very long to you, but it took me about 40 minutes to get everything moved out here and the shelves. And so now I have to take inventory. While I am super excited to share lots of plants with my family and friends and sell some at my yard sale, I also need to make sure that I have some set aside for myself so I don't accidentally give them away. My plan is to grow about 50 tomato plants this year. Last year I had about 30 or 35, and I did really good with those. I made tons of sauce, but I would like to make more sauce this year, so I need more plants, and I have lots here. So it should be good for me to keep some what I need and still have lots and lots to let go. So I'm just gonna do this with pen and paper. I have a really nice chart on my computer, but I don't want to haul that out now. So I'm gonna take my inventory. So my video cuts off there. I was really busy in inventory mode, and actually it took me about 3 days to go through all of my plants, separate them, write down how many I had, and I was not in a position to be able to record all of that. So my video ended there, and actually it's 3 weeks later that I'm getting the chance to edit this, and I had the plant sale and it actually went really good, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some photos from that in here. I sold tons of plants and actually was able to make a lot of connections with people in the community. I actually met this really sweet couple who they asked me, did you grow all these in your greenhouse? And I was like, no, I grew them in my dining room. And it's really funny. And they're like, oh, well, would you like a greenhouse? And I'm like, yeah, I want a greenhouse. Why? Are you selling one? And they actually were. And we went and the next day we went to their house and looked at what they were selling. And yeah, it's a cool, nice little greenhouse. We haven't been able to set it up yet, but we have it. And so I will have a greenhouse. It's more like a hoop house that I'll get to set up here pretty soon. But yeah, things are get crazy, and I like to try and post my videos as soon as from when they actually happened. But I'm about 3 weeks behind, and hey, you're gonna see them when you see them. So. Yeah, overall, it was all very successful. So many varieties that we sold, and actually I have quite a bit left over, so I'm going to go ahead and donate the rest of them to people. Whoever wants them can come get them. So, but I had a lot of fun setting up these seeds and getting everything. This experience of having a plant sale and just thinking about what we would need to do if this was going to be a larger scale thing that I would ever want to do in the future. And so I'm definitely considering that and then what it would be like to do farmers markets and all those kinds of things. So I'm still very much learning about, I got it down about how to grow plants and how to grow food, pretty good. Lots to learn still, but pretty good. And at this point, I would like to take it to another level of being able to share and market, make some sort of an income from growing produce and flowers and all that. So lots to learn. Nothing's going to be happening large scale anytime soon. This is definitely very much a learning process, but I'm excited to share it with you and see where things go over the next couple years. So thanks for checking out this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and watch out for new videos as I'm able to make them. So have a great day. Do something you love today. Later.